Hi, and welcome to the reading for the energy for the week of September 12th through the 18th, Sunday the 18th. So this is the third week of Virgo season. We're getting ready to make some big shifts and changes. So have you been getting organized and have you been doing the things that would encourage those kind of changes and growth? I hope so, because we have such great cards to start this week. As always, I'm on Facebook and you can check out the daily energy of the, but we're just going to kind of roll over the total here. Look, you got the peacock, stretch your stuff with the turkey of blessings. So the more confident you are, the more you put yourself out there, the more you go for it this week, the more you really chase down your dreams and you believe in yourself and what you're headed for, the more opportunity for success you have. With this comes the card of strength. Don't let the weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. So, Virgo season is very much about being organized and planning, but it's the nurturing. So you've got to water your dreams, your goals, your plans, whatever it is, and you've got to pull the weeds out. So we have about 5 more weeks of this energy of you could try a bunch of things and see what works, and if it doesn't work, you pull that out and you move it. So when you're a gardener, one of the things that you will do, one of the things that I love about it, is you can try putting things in different areas and seeing if they thrive. And sometimes where you put the peppers this year, they did really well, but maybe where you put the tomatoes, they didn't, so you're going to have to adjust and shift and change. And also sometimes what grew there last year can't grow there again. It's pulled the nutrients out, and you need to put something there that will enhance the nutrient content of the soil, so rotation of crops. And so this is an opportunity right now to look at something, even though it's been working, but it's starting to wane. Why is it waning? Why is it not working the way it was? How can you infuse new life into it? What needs to be pulled out? What needs to be moved around? What needs to be totally discarded? And so this is a week where we really get to get into the details of doing that. So counting your blessings, that is definitely about planning ahead, because the card of success came out. It says bloom where you are planted. And so don't let the weeds and the thistles cultivate in your garden. Nurture and care for it. Count your blessings. Expect, they say don't count your chickens before they hatch, but in this case, I really want to encourage you to kind of do that, because the more that you are open to the idea that you're going to be successful, the more likely you're going to draw and attract to you the opportunities that can make you successful. This week we have on Friday some really interesting energy around don't believe everything that you hear. I really want to encourage you to do your own research. Try things for yourself. See how they work. Don't assume what other people say is accurate or the truth of the statement. Wow, that is a lot of cards here. Okay. And, okay, I know why we had all those cards. The overall energy is blessed. We have the card of blessed. The sun is finally starting to sneak out from the clouds. It's been a very dark and dreary day. It's like 11 o'clock and I don't have the sun yet. All right, so blessed. We have blessings and blessed as our overall energy this week. If you can remember that the blessings are coming in, but you're being asked to cultivate the blessings. You can't just say, oh, look, I have blessings. No, you have to do something with it. It feels like, okay, if you don't snooze, you lose. There we go. If you snooze, you lose. So no snoozing this week. No snoozing this week, because this outcome card here of TikTok is here. All right, I'm going to try turning this off and see if that doesn't. Ooh, I think that might work. Okay, so, sorry about the lighting. All right, so here we go. At the center, we have the yin. This is the receptive energy. This is being open to receiving the blessings of the universe as they are coming in. Just allowing yourself to really accept the blessings that are being showered down on you. When I have all these blessing cards show up here, it definitely feels like there's a lot here. It's really interesting. One of the cards that came out for the daily reading, I want to say like Thursday or Friday, might have been Friday, was was to go the distance, and the challenge this week is go the distance. And so this is going the distance in your own research. This is going the distance to have the own strength and fortitude and belief in yourself that what you're trying to manifest here, you can absolutely manifest. The thing is that, like I said, now is the opportunity to try a lot of things and see what works, because how do you transform the situation? We have the all the glitters card, and the all the glitters card says that not everything is what it seems to be. And just because it looks like gold doesn't mean it's gold. But I don't think that unless you scratch the surface, you do the test, you know whether it's gold or not. And so this is why during all these planets retrograde, we've got 6 planets retrograde and 3 major asteroids retrograde right now. It is retrograde season, and retrograde season says you can revise, you can review, you can renew, you can readjust, you can reevaluate, you can rejuvenate. But as we're winding up in this last week, full week that we have here of Virgo season, as the seasons are getting to shift and change, it's really time to start wrapping up some aspect of things and moving forward. So I think what you're supposed to wrap up at this point was the resting and the rejuvenating, and now it's time to start getting out there and doing the work. And it's going to take strength. Where did that strength card go? I lost it. Here it is. It's going to take strength and fortitude to show up every day. Yes, stretch your stuff. Also, all these eyes, I really want to say stay in connection with your higher self. But be confident in what it is you're trying to do. Be confident in what your skills and abilities are and how you can use them and pull them together in a way, maybe a new and creative way to get what you want. And the more focused you are on where you're going, the greater your chances of success are. So here we have a leg up, and the leg up is in the area of where you've been trying to receive information. So it's almost as though you've been trying to figure out who can help me, who's on my team, and that who's on your team has kind of been a stressor for you, because they're in the area of anxiety. We have the tribe. And so I think it's like, where do I fit in? I'm not sure if this is the place I want to work. I'm not sure if this is the family I want to hang out with, if this is the group of friends that still support me, is this the business idea that still works? How do I network? I feel like it's about networking in new areas, and either socially or for financial reasons, but trying to figure out where you fit in, and finding your niche. Finding where it is that you get to be uniquely who you are and you're appreciated for who that is, and how does that transform your life into true abundance, because the turkey is always about true abundance. It is abundance of socially, emotionally, financially, physically, like all the arenas of your life. And so how do you find that place where you are free to grow and expand? And I want you to notice that both of these birds, they're very grounded, right? They spend their time, they really don't fly that much, right? So they're grounded. Their feet are planted on the ground, and yet they are spreading out their networking. So it's something that you can put your feet onto. You can ground in your energy, focused attention, paying attention to what you're doing, and yet you have the opportunity to expand your network out there to draw and attract to you what it is that you want. Both of them are trying to draw and attract to them the females when they are all like spread out like that. And female energy is receptive energy. They are trying to draw in what it is that they need, and here's that receptive. The key to the situation is the yin energy, is being open to receiving the blessings of the universe to help you along on your guide, to guide you on this path. And so I really want to encourage you to tell people what you're trying to do, right? Strut your stuff. Get that elevator pitch together. That 2-minute phrase, whatever. When someone says, "What do you do? What is your goal? What is your dream? What are you trying to achieve? What do you?" Have that ready, like in a couple of sentences, where you can just put it right out there in a way that's intriguing, in a way that makes people go, "I want to know more," in a way that people say, "I know somebody that can help you with that," in a way that is authentic and true to who you are, but also invites opportunity to come to you. And so an elevator pitch takes time, and it's something that will shift over time as you shift. And right now we're all in this major shift. And so even though you may have one for what you were and who you were before, now it's time to reevaluate it, rework it, rewrite it. This is the retrograde season to reconstruct our lives in a way that works for us as we move forward. When those planets start moving direct in January, I got to tell you, the first quarter of next year has a lot of forward momentum, and you don't want to get left behind. And so the way to do that is to right now be laying the foundational groundwork for what you're going to do. So this week, I would put on my agenda an elevator pitch. Know what it is you want and how to communicate it. When Mercury is in retrograde, it's more of a struggle. So I almost feel like we're getting the opportunity to really say, does that really say everything I need to say under all conditions, right? Is it easy to understand? And so really work on that. In the area of your thoughts moving forward, we have the deep knowing. This is knowing in your heart of hearts what your goal is, what you want, what is your truth. We have this wisdom of the owl sitting there. And so there is this is also, we have the sun and the moon. This is knowing that my actions are in alignment with what it is I want. The moon is the intuition, the deep inner knowing. The sun is the action that we take, putting it out there, strutting our stuff, putting ourselves out there in order to network and bring in what we want. That deep knowing that I am on the right path. This is the week to figure that out. And so going the distance has been a struggle because maybe we weren't really clear on what we wanted, and maybe we weren't really sure we could do it. And they're saying, you can do this. You're going to have the strength and the fortitude to show up for yourself every day and to critically, and I don't mean critical of yourself, but to look at it with a discerning eye, what stays and what goes, what works and what doesn't work, and to weed yourself through the situation. So I love this. We have here in the action to take. Did I tell you guys you have success bloom where you have planted? I think I did. Okay, so here we have to be fair and come to the edge. It is about being balanced, but also taking a little bit of a risk. You are not going to bring your life back into balance if it's out of balance, if you're doing the same thing you've always done. That doesn't even make sense, right? So, oh gosh, wow, they're showing me the funniest thing. Wouldn't be funny if it was actually happening. So they're showing me a bus that's teetering on the edge of a cliff. It's out of balance, right? It's about to tip over, and everybody has to run to the other end to bring it back. And so there is this need to find where's the sweet spot, and some people have to be over here in order to bring it into balance. How do you do this? So what works, what doesn't work? Do more of what does and less of what doesn't. And this isn't just about whatever the creative project is. I really feel like the whole planet is on a reset of what is true abundance. How can we really have it all? The Ten of Pentacles energy. How can we have what we want at home, the relationships and the family dynamics and the benefits of work and creating something and financial structure and where we feel safe and secure in all the arenas of our life. And with Uranus and Taurus, we are definitely doing that major restructuring, and North Node is there. This is the time. This is the time. So really start moving toward it. The outgoing cards, of course, we have this divine timing, this tick-tock, but I also feel like what they're really saying is, you know, the clock's ticking. It's time to do something. We had a card this week that came up. Oh, here it is. Be present. Use the hours, don't count them. Don't be a clock watcher. Use the time. Or it's very much about being organized and efficient and effective. So the first card that came out this week for the dailies was the dolphin, and it said breathe, and here we have the card of breathe. So really, it is about creating breathing space in your life. so you can enjoy when you're not at work, so you can enjoy work when you're at work, so that you're just feeling calm and zen and open to receiving the gifts of the universe. I really want to encourage you to create a meditation practice. And meditation does not have to be sitting in the lotus position. That's one way to do it. It can be walking in nature, not with your headphones on, but listening to the sounds of nature, being very present in the moment. It can be swimming laps. I find that very meditative. It's repetition. It's repetitive. Thank you. Some people find it on a bicycle, the cycling. I always am too busy thinking my thighs are going to die for me to really enjoy that. But for some people, it really works, right? So it's something that you're consistently doing. There's the journaling. Oh my gosh, that is a great way to really open up. If you just get up every morning and say, what is the most important thing I need to know today? And you just start writing, or at the end of the day where you start just writing down whatever comes to your mind, and just allow your higher self to communicate. That one requires you showing up consistently and doing it. Consistently can be once a week, okay? But it's a time you set aside to sit down and analyze and go over it. So you might find that Sunday mornings, it's just nice to get up, have a cup of coffee, and just sit and relax, listen to some music, and journal, right? For me, one of the things that I found that was really easy for me to get into journaling is I started with using oracle decks. Tarot, if you know tarot already, is a great way to do it. But oracle decks, because I didn't know tarot right away, I understood the messages. I could read what they wrote in the books, and I could think, how does that resonate for me? And it would give me a jumping off point. And so I felt, in that way, I allowed Spirit to set the conversation up. So I would just shuffle, a card would come out, I'd read what the cards say, and I would start thinking about, well, how does that apply to my life? And I found that the best way for me to really start developing my communication skills with Spirit. And so I love that idea, and I really want to encourage that for you. So you have here message in a bottle. Spirit is trying to talk to you. And they're going to talk to you through this process, whatever process you choose to use for this meditation this week. It is important that you figure out a way to communicate with Spirit on a regular basis. You can ask for signs and signals. I'm walking down the road one day. If you've watched my channel, you've heard this story, sorry. But I'm walking down actually the sidewalk, and I'm thinking about how much I keep seeing these red hawks in these most unusual ways. And I said, is that my spirit animal? Is the red hawk my spirit guide? I'm curious. And so I'm walking, I said, you know what? If the red hawk is my spirit guide, then I will find a red hawk feather today. So I kept on with my walk. I got to the CVS, did my shopping. I came back, was on my way back on the sidewalk at the space where I said that. I'm not lying. It was the same space. It was my feather. I said, okay. Now I know. Now I know. So you can ask for signs. There been times there was a big decision I had to make, and I said, okay, if I'm supposed to do this, I will see a crown today. I was driving. I had like 4 hours of driving I was doing that day. So I figured that there was lots of opportunity for me to find a crown on a billboard or a Crown Royal truck or something. So it wasn't impossible, but it also wasn't a guarantee that I would see it. And I don't remember why I picked a crown, but it felt appropriate to whatever I was asking. I don't even remember what I was asking. So I was looking for guidance, all right? So I was almost all the way home. I am 5 miles from home, and I was like, I'm on a secondary road. There's no billboards or anything. I was like, I guess that was a no. I'll take that as a no. And I look up, and it is October, okay? So it's not even November yet. It is October, and somebody has already put out their nativity scene. And so there wasn't just one crown, there were 3. That was a big heck yes. All right? So you can ask for the signs. You want to make them unique enough, and yet at the same time not overly difficult to find. And so I have a friend who she knows when her husband's around because she sees his initials on the license plates. So you figure it out, okay? So here we go. You have the card of regeneration. Another RE word. This is great for all these retrogrades. You have an opportunity here, something that you thought was dead, buried, and gone. It needs to be reworked, reevaluated, weeded out, nurtured, realigned to regenerate. Something is coming back. Now, for some of you, yes, you're going, oh, an ex is coming back. I would like you to be very discerning because remember, go the extra mile to make sure that you're doing your research and you have all the information you need about that. It could be a job opportunity coming back. It could be, again, if it's a place you've left and now you have the opportunity to go back, make sure you do your own research to be sure that the deal is as sweet as it looks like. Because, again, we have Mercury in retrograde and on Friday, so actually Thursday into Friday and into Saturday, that energy is kind of building where we have this energy of the Sun opposing Neptune, which is definitely going to make everything seem really dreamy and great, and maybe it's too much of an illusion. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Do your own research, okay? Really important. But there's an opportunity to regenerate here. So this card here shows where a volcano erupted and the lava is burning this tree down, and yet, despite it all, there's new growth and new opportunity. So I feel like it's a situation that seemed to just go up in smoke out of frickin' nowhere, like a sudden change and eruption, Uranus and Taurus. Something disrupted it, and yet there is an opportunity for new growth, but you're going to have to be strong, right? Persistent. You're going to have to show up. You're going to have to show up for yourself, but success is definitely an opportunity here. So in the heart space, you are at a fork in the road. This is a week to make some major choices and decisions about where it is you want to go and what it is you want to do. You're going to have to be willing to go the distance. Go the distance on the research before you launch on it. Be willing to take steps, network, put yourself out there. But this is the week to write that elevator pitch, that 3 sentence statement of your plan and your goal, and then you get to start working. But today, this week, this is about figuring out exactly what it is you want to do. The clock is ticking. Divine timing is at hand. We have an eclipse coming up just around the corner that's going to help you to launch this. Talk about regeneration. New moon eclipse in Scorpio on October 25th. Clock is ticking. You're on the clock now. Time to get down to business if you haven't already. Chase down your dreams. They are waiting for you to claim them. Go claim your dreams. All right? You guys take great care. Ooh, just throwing stuff around like I can. All right. You guys take great care. Thank you so much. Please hit the thumbs up if you're still with me. Leave me comments. Let me know what your goals and your dreams are. I'd really like to know. I'm trying to build community. It's really important to me. And you guys take really great care. Your videos for your sun, moon, and rising signs are already out, so check those out if you haven't already. Have a wonderful, fantastic week of putting it on paper, of getting down to business, of sorting it out, because around the corner, opportunity, it's knocking. All right? Go answer the door. I'll talk to you guys soon.